folks. No Hunter here. I got a request from several people want me to talk about my youth when I was coming up as a kid. Things I did, how did I make money, things we ate, and all this type of stuff. Because I lived a little bit different life than most people did. Okay. Well, my dad had done a little bit of everything. Never worked for nobody. I always worked for himself. And one of the things he done was he's hunting alligators at night, and I loved that. I loved going with him hunting them alligators. And the way we do it, he built about it was about a 14-foot little old boat, and had a little small outboard motor we put on the back of it. And we go up in all the bayous and rivers and stuff all over, and had a spotlight. We'd find them gators, see his eyes, and he'd up there and get within 10 foot of them. And right on the gator, right where his head joins his neck, he's got a little spot about that big. Where his spinal column joins up there into his head. You shoot him there, that's it. He's gone. He ain't gonna make another. He ain't gonna even do nothing. He's dead.
Damn.
So that's what we always try to do. Get close enough. He can kind of stand up on the body like it was. He can shoot over the head like and hit him in that spot. If not, he shoot him between the eyes.
And what were y'all shooting him with?
A .22 rifle, long hollow points.
Okay.
Well, let me pick up my little baby here.
Yeah, she's wandering down by her feet, folks. There we go.
One night, I'll never forget this as long as I live. One night he shot an old big one. He was probably 9 foot. He was a big one. We dragged him over in a boat. And I'm sitting in the back there, and I'm paddling the boat real slow like that. And he's back up there shining the spotlight again. About that time, that gator come alive. That was one he had shot in the head. He hit it and ricocheted off. We didn't realize that. It was just knocked out. So here we was in a little, about a 12-foot boat with a damn big old alligator.
And Grandpa was not a big guy.
He was man in hell. Now, my daddy never weighed over 140 pounds his whole life. So finally, Eddie got the oar and all and got him overboard. Didn't want to shoot him in the boat. Want to put a hole in the boat, so we got him overboard. And he took off. We didn't get a shave. We'll get him a couple of nights. We'll get him again. So from then on, whenever we go hunting for gators like that, we bring a hatchet with us. Soon we drag gator up on the side of the boat, boop, just split that whole head open with that hatchet, and we drag it on in the boat. That wasn't going to happen again. But my deal was, had a little dip net there, and a lot of times, little gators would come up around the boat, that light, I guess we'd draw them. Little gators about that long, you know. And I'd dip them up and put them in a bucket. Well, where we lived, we didn't have no inside bathroom. We had an outhouse. And, cause there was no sewer out there or nothing. But anyway, the outhouse got filled up, so we got to dig another hole. So we dig another hole, we hit an underground spring. Well, you can't use that, you know, so we just went off and dug it somewhere else. Well, we wound up with a hole out there about 6 by 6, about 6 foot deep. Stayed full of water all the time. So I got some chicken wire and I built a fence around it. And that's why I put them little gators. I'd put them in there. And I'd shoot birds and stuff like that and feed them with it. Because there was a truck stop over there on the Louisiana line, Mississippi-Louisiana line, that would buy every little gator I brought him. Now he had them stuffed or something. You can buy them little gators like that stuffed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And all the tourists, they bought the full out of them. And he would actually sell little live gators too.
Huh.
Well, I got 50 cents for every gator I brought him.
And that was big money back then.
That was big money for me especially, you know. So I'd wait till I had about maybe 10 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have a vehicle. We had one, but it ain't going to go much. Lucky to get to town and back, which was about 3 or 4 miles, you know. I'd get my uncle to run me over. He had a GMC, fairly new truck, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He'd run me over there, and I'd give him a few dollars, you know, for gas and all. But I was making money like that selling them little alligators. And we hunted alligators about 4 years, and then they closed the season on them. You couldn't hunt them no more. But we ate a lot of alligator. Like I said, Daddy you would average anywhere from 4 to 6 gators a night, you know. And it's pretty meat. It's darn incentive to just throw that stuff away. So,
And it tastes good.
while we couldn't eat, we give it to friends or family, anybody wanted it.
Yeah.
It was known that we had alligator if you want to come get it, you know. There'd be a lot of people out there waiting while we skinned them out, waiting for the tail, you know. That's all we ate was just the tail. But that was a pretty hide too. Here's another little point of interest too. I had Daddy one time. I said, Daddy, won't we go hunting up in Shoot Buff? He said, because the gators ain't no good there. I said, why? He said, well, that's sandy.
Mm-hmm.
And them gators sliding in and off them sandbars down in the water like that. They get what we call sand buttons on their bellies, like calluses, which the hide, they could get just little pieces out of it. They didn't bring much or nothing. You wanted the ones that lived in a real soft, muddy, marshy area. That hide was just as beautiful and soft as it could be. And that's the gators you wanted. You didn't want them ones, you know, for...
Right. Because they use the hide to make stuff, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. It's very expensive. You had shoes made out of them, boots, belts, and all. Gator hide, but even back then, was very expensive to get stuff made out of it, you know.
So that means Kobe needs to get him a pair of gator hide boots?
Huh?
Kobe needs to get him a pair of gator hide boots?
Yeah, if he wants to pay through... he probably has to get crocodile boots, because I don't know if you can buy a gator anymore. But crocodile, you know, comes from over there.
Yeah.
They probably still harvest them over there, but
I got a question. How ugly would them boots be when he gets them?
pretty ugly.
That's an inside joke, folks. Go on, Dad.
Anyway, that was one of the ways I made money and helped my daddy out. And one interesting thing, my uncle used to go every now and then, you know. It was up in, it was like a drainage canal back behind some subdivisions. That's another thing. People just did not realize that they had stuff they could eat their kids. They kids in the daytime be all playing all up and down in canals and everything, throwing stuff in the water. Had no idea there was big alligators all in there. No idea. We killed quite a few out of there. But we shot one night. It was about an 8-footer. Next day, got ready to skin them out. Had a big old belly on it. Usually when we skin them like that, you don't cut it to the belly. It all stays whole, you know. All you get is just the skin off of the hide.
Yeah.
Folks, I want to watch that gator's belly. They cut him open to see. Cut him on a great big old white Persian cat rolled out. He said, damn, I ain't eating more than damn big gators. They eat cats. Then he said, them little gators eat little cats. I mean, a great big old white Persian cat.
Wow.
Now, you know, I'm surprised somebody's kid didn't get ate, you know?
Yeah. Especially like a little kid.
They fed at night, you know, they didn't feed that. They stay hid in the daytime.
Yeah.
You know? So that's probably what saves a lot of them kids, you know? But, it was a hell of a life, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would trade it for nothing in the world. And I can't think too much else about hunting gators. Right now, I imagine a gator hide bring $200 or $300, you know.
Or if not more.
And back then, I think it was $1 a foot, which was good money back then. $1 a foot, and they liked gators. They usually like the ones between 8 and 6 footers, the ones they liked. They had a beautiful hide on them. Well, folks, that's about it for today. And we'll talk to you a little bit later on. And I'm going to say be safe out there, and remember, life is short and death is forever. See you later, folks.